The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. See, y'all done messed up this week. I had all weekend off. So now I'm on 115%. Tonight I'm on 4 hours today. So from 6 to 8 is Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas. I'm here now with myself, but I'm a Gemini, so it's probably two of me here anyway. So at some point, it's going to get crazy. The news is blowing up. The world is not blowing up, but it's not doing that much better. Yeah. 833-212-1017 is the number. Always remember you can stream and watch us on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show. I'm going to try to personally, our goal this year is to get to 5,000. 5,000 anything. But you know me, I'm an overachiever. Let's get to 10. What the heck? You're going to do 5, do 10. So every single person I run into this week, I'm going to say, hey, I need you to do me a favor. What? Download the app and go to YouTube and click the bell. That's all I want you to do. That's it. You ain't got to listen. Because the problem is they're going to get a notification every time. So then they're going to go in and listen. So I'm just saying. Yep. So we're gonna start just it's to the point now where the world is just starting to get weird. And we have to start looking at what's going on. First of all, we have to get out of the Black History Month mentality, right? Somebody said it to me. I agree, but I don't agree. Every month is Black History Month, but I'm tired of Black history. Let's build the future, right? So I always tell people that are younger than me who don't seem to get it that if you talk about what you want in the future, you have to actually do it today so that it actually occurs in the future. But if you don't do it today, it's not going to happen in the future. I don't care how much you think it will, and nobody's doing it for you. So it gets even worse. So each week, right, this month, the theme was the color of Black History Month, right? And before we talked about the color of education, I want to talk about the color of money. We talked about the color of history. Now we're going to talk about the color of money, because that's what all this comes down to. If you keep your head in the race game, Donald Trump is teaching you it's about money. If you're the right money person, you win. If you're not the right money person, you lose. The economies behind slavery was money. Money for people to bale cotton to make me money. To the point where I will lie to you, create sharecroppers, so that you never get out from under it because you always owe me more than you're supposed to pay for rent because I, upped it but didn't tell you and kept you in debt while you worked the land and I got richer. After slavery, Tulsa, Greenwood, that neighborhood burned down because of what? Money. It's easy to hide behind race. I don't like that person because they white. I don't like that person because they Jewish. That's easy. That's easy to do. Because then you don't have to explain anything because everybody else looks at you and go, yep, that's why. Or we come up with reasons why people do something, and then we decide and convince ourselves that we're right, and then we just go around and look for people that'll support it, and then we go, yep, that's right, that's racism. I'm like, well, that's money. They go, why? I said, because black people do the same thing in the same instance. It's about money. So where are all the fights in Brookfield, Menominee Falls, and Mequon, and Oak Creek that are race-related? I'm not saying racial issues don't happen, but where are they? Because most people say, well, you can afford to live here and take care of your lawn and water your grass and take out your trash. They ain't got nothing to say to you. Y'all think black people want to go out there so they can act like they white. Well, that's you. Don't put your drama on somebody else. That's you. But in the end, if you want your family to be safe, if you want your daughters or sons to be safe, if you want to live in an environment that's not noisy or dirty or drama-filled or shootings or gunshots, you move. So what are we looking for then? What are you waiting for during Black History Month for like the world to do for you? Because I'm going to tell you, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't giving you nothing. I don't care who your friends are. I don't care where you grew up. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. Ever. You're going to have to do it yourself. Nobody's coming to rescue you. The government's not going to rescue you. Every single president since Lyndon Baines Johnson has said the same thing Donald Trump said, and that includes Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, President Biden. We're going to go in and we're going to clean up the waste. And then what did Trump tell you? I'm going in and I'm going to clean up the waste. And y'all was like, eh. And then he won, and what did he do? He cleaned up the waste. Oh, my God, no. Because if you see some of the stuff they're paying for, that we're paying for with taxpayer dollars makes absolutely no sense. You're paying for condoms in the Sudan, in Africa, where they're Muslim. You're kidding, right? Like, what? Well, they have, a lot of people in Africa have been inflicted with AIDS. Correct. But understand the religion that's there. Like what? That's almost as bad as about 20 years ago. Somebody had a study and got $1 million study on to test cow flatulence to figure out whether or not cows passing gas is causing the ozone layer. What are we doing? We're wasting money. And this is what insults me. To watch black people complain about immigration is probably one of the dumbest things I've seen. You're complaining that tax dollars in the tens, hundreds of millions, upwards of $1 billion get spent on people who are not citizens, who didn't live here, who came here illegally, but we won't spend the same money on the black people, Hispanic, Asian, and whites that are already here and poor. You got to fill out a form to get food stamps and a SNAP card just to get food, but they can come in and live in a luxury hotel and walk downstairs and get food for free and get a driver's license for free and get health care for free, but you have to pay. And they don't have a deductible. What is that? It's not about politics. It's about money. And until you figure that out, you're going to keep fighting for things that you're never going to get. You are not going to get your 40 acres and a mule. You are not going to get reparations. Now, I still fight for reparations in the form of education. Absolutely. But other than that, they're not giving it to you. And they done already started 3 times around the rink, and then they let you run once, so you'll never catch up. Just sheer inertia and time, you'll never catch up. And so in the end, the way you look at it, this week we're discussing the color of money. What is the color of money? But I don't know who you all been looking for and what you've been looking for, because he ain't coming. Let me tell you that right now. He ain't coming. And by the way, if you've been watching TV or been watching Captain America and Superman, guess what? Superman is not on the way.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Coming with straight truth.
That person really planted the idea, even if it was successful or not, in the minds that it could happen. And eventually somebody tried it and didn't come back and didn't get caught. And then eventually more people tried it, and then it started opening up the doors for more things to happen. So it's never bad when you're trying to do something that ain't never been done, because who knows how that looks.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl Noni Juice for my friends at Steinhafels. Steinhafels is celebrating the opening of its Orland Park furniture and mattress showroom with its biggest President's Day sale yet. Now through President's Day, take an extra $100 off every $14.99 you spend and get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99. See store for details. Or you could take advantage of Steinhafels' 36-month 0% financing when you spend $14.99. It's Steinhafels' biggest President's Day sale ever. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer. Cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You know, you can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You can, you can go from changing diapers to putting your kid in, first grade? You can get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, 4 + 2. You can also take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. So a 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28 of 2025, so make sure you set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. He never really, I never liked that band until in the last year or so. I never really got into them at all. It's like a recent thing. Everybody would just jump up and, oh my God, I gotta go to the concert. They're gonna be singing Joy and Pain. He never really did anything for me over the years. After he passed away, I said, let me take a look, let me listen. And I mean, the music's always been great, but I just didn't really, it just really didn't do anything for me, I guess. Just never really did anything. It's like, 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Never put your Black History Month behind you. They want you to absolutely not racist. Okay, so here's what I mean by putting Black history behind you. Here's what I'm saying. We spend an inordinate amount of time talking about stuff we used to do. We spend an inordinate amount of time talking about what happened in the past. I'm saying if you're going to talk about Black history, talk about how that Black history brought what we have today. But we don't. We talk about everything in Black history that it used to be and how we don't have everything here, when in fact, we got a boatload of people that are middle class and a boat. Is everybody? No. But I'm going to say this, and it's going to upset everybody. 833-212-1017. If you upset, call me, text me. But I don't care. I care about my family. I care about my extended family and friends. And I care about my neighborhood. That's it. I am not in control, and I am not responsible for an entire Black community when some of them decide they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. I'm not. Children, yes. Now I'm fighting for the kids. I said that Friday already. We're gonna get in some fisticuffs over the kids and education. But after that, and you're a grown adult, and you know because you've been told these are the things and you decide not to, that's on you. And I'm not taking responsibility for you. I'm not taking responsibility for people who decide that they don't want to do it. I'm tired of hearing about barriers. I'm tired of hearing about institutional racism. We already know it's there. But some of us made it. DT, and we'll be back at 6 o'clock on Truth Unfiltered. We talked about, it's on live Sunday night on 1017 The Truth, rebroadcast on Monday nights at 6. We talked about a statistic that she learned when she went to a workshop. And it said, you should spend 50% of your time, and I get them mixed up and I get them wrong. Basically, it's 50-40. You should spend about 50% of your time with your family, about 40% of your time with your elders. Or no, it might have been flipped, 50% with your elders. Anyway, let's go with 40%. 40% with your elders, 50% with your family, and 10% with your peers. Why is that? Because we live in a society where peers who don't know jack tell you information about stuff that they don't know jack about, and then both of y'all stupid. And then you make stupid decisions, and then you wonder how you got there. Well, because your elders hold all the cards, all the information on everything you could possibly go through. Just because your great-grandmother did not go through the internet doesn't mean he or she doesn't understand how the human psyche and human behavior works. They've been dealing with people all their life. People that talk to them and lie while they're breathing. So, 50%, your family. Half your time. 40%, you need to be talking to your elders. Hey, how do I build wealth? How do I get money? And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. The color of money, black banks, racial wealth gap. And we know why the wealth gap is there, because they started first, ran faster, and then opened it up when it was, you're so far behind it's not going to matter. We need to understand it's not about playing chess while other people are playing checkers. It's not about playing checkers when other people are playing chess. You need to find where the board is first. Where's the board? The board is wealth. But it's like a race, right? The Bible talks about you going forward, got your hand on the plow, but you're looking back. That's what I mean, looking back in history. Yes, it's there. It's good to see it, but move forward. Look where you're going. We're spending an inordinate amount of time looking at what used to be instead of building today what in 5 years somebody can look back as historical. But we don't. And then we get to the future, and 5 years later, we want to blame somebody else for something that we don't have, that we didn't do anything about. So, Matthew said it's important to talk about where you came from, and the history of black people is unimportant. Nobody said that. See, when you hear what you want to hear, you say what you want to say, but it's not 100%. Why are you fighting for the past when you haven't done anything today to create history? Like, everything you do today is creating history. Everything you have today is because somebody in the past created it. I get that. Let's acknowledge it. Let's stop living there. Stop living in the good old days. Somebody older tries to tell you that, you're older, you don't understand, you don't know. No, I'm trying to tell you how not to repeat the mistakes that we made so that you can win and close that gap. Or destroy it. But instead, hey, you want to learn everything yourself? Go ahead. Somebody quoted Asheroff, to save the world, you got to start at the bottom. That's your problem. If you spent more time saving your family and your immediate surroundings, and everybody did that, you'd save the whole world. It's not your job to save the whole world. Do you ever see white people talk about saving the world and working in the community? Ever? No. Why? Because it's family first. Then cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, they might get around to you maybe when they got a few hours. I'm not mad at that. But if I got 10 families and 10 families took care of their immediate family, that's 10 powerful families. And then they teach their kids how to do it, and that's 10 powerful families with averaging 2 kids apiece. That's 20 more people. Think about that. Actually, it's 40. Think about that. But we don't do that. Our brain was wired socially to think about all of us. If one person hasn't won, then nobody won. That's garbage. That's like saying if you dropped out of college, then I should drop out of college. Something wrong with you. Because I'm going to give you everything I learned and everything I had, because that's exactly what we did. Took the class, got the book, got the exams, made the copies, passed them to the next person over and over and over. That's how everybody else do it. This working on your own and being your own, nah, that's for the birds. And then Matthew said, I don't listen to my elders. They think God is the solution for everything. And that's why you said what you said. That's why you're stuck in the past. Wisdom comes from elders. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. But when you make a mistake and when you fail, and when you fall on your face like all of us do, don't call. Don't pick up the phone. It's like the folks that wanted to get rid of the police. I hate the police. Well, then don't call 911. Take the 9 and the 1 off your phone. Don't call. Break your phone. Don't call the police. Handle it yourself. I think if we start holding people accountable and making them responsible, they'll learn. The funny part about it is that the fact that you don't listen to your elders is proof of all the things you don't know. Matthew said, build wealth, they broke. That's what you think. That's exactly what you think. And that's unfortunate. Because if you're of a certain age, you think everybody broke. But in the black community, that's pretty much not par for the course. But we come back, we're going to be talking about this color of money, black banks, and the racial wealth gap. And now with traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
All right, we are dealing with an accident westbound 894 right about at 60th Street. We got the right lane blocked with that. We have 2 lanes open. Unfortunately, delays are still there, coming right out of the Mitchell interchange to that point. Another accident southbound on 43 right about at Locust off on the right shoulder. Very localized delays with that. Seeing backup starting basically from Burleigh down past the accident scene. Other than that, everything else is looking pretty good. Westbound 94 just a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, breezy, very cold, a high of 7 above with a wind chill of 10 below to 20 below. Tonight, mostly clear, very cold, a low of 6 below with a wind chill of 15 below to 25 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, It's your turn to grab hold of that energy. What you'll remember, not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
When a parent sees their child smile, they see hope. Aleem hoped that his son Rajib would have an easier life than he had. You see, Rajib, just like his father, was born with a cleft. But as a fisherman in a small village in Indonesia, the cost of surgery was out of reach. Their lives were transformed thanks to Smile Train, which sponsors free, life-changing cleft surgeries and other essential treatments. Rajib's surgery marked Smile Train's 2 millionth, and incredibly, Aleem's was the 2 million and first. Now, their smiles are a symbol of hope for children with clefts all over the world. 540 babies are born with a cleft each day, but through Smile Train, millions of lives have been changed. To learn more and support the global cleft community, visit smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneib. The NBA's Refresh All-Star Game took place on Sunday evening as Team OGs beat the Global Stars 41-25. Steph Curry scored 12 points and was awarded the Kobe Bryant Trophy as the All-Star MVP. Over to baseball, where the Milwaukee Brewers are gearing up for spring training and got some good news on their MVP and his health. Outfielder Christian Yelich discussing his rehab on his back surgery and when he hopes to be back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I feel fine. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be ready for opening day.
Tomorrow will mark the first full squad workout for the crew down in Arizona. And lastly, the UWM Panthers beat Northern Kentucky on Sunday 92-70. With the win, UWM improving to an overall record of 19-9. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You know, the award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence in the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month long as we celebrate the voices, the stories, the achievements that has helped shape history and, like I've been talking about, inspires the future. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Freighter, and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, The Color of Money, Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap by Mirza Barandaran examines the history of racial inequality in American banking, arguing that government policies and segregated economic practices have systematically prevented Black communities from accumulating wealth through Black banks, ultimately perpetuating the racial wealth gap. The book criticizes the notion that Black banking alone can solve economic disparities without addressing broader systemic racism and housing segregation. But here's the kicker. I believe it can if you allow Black communities to have Black banks. If you help them understand how banking works. See, the problem with that is that there's a misnomer that people have. There's an idea that's in people's heads that they don't really understand. The majority of white kids have no idea and are clueless about banking, buying a car, economics, savings, credit cards, all that. Clueless. Just like everybody else. We're the only ones that are shown, right? And because the number is so big, the percentage is so low that, you compare the two with percentages and you make Black people look like they're the worst off group in the entire world. When in fact, in some cases, that's actually not true. But we perpetuate that in ourselves, right? We perpetuate the negativity because I don't know why we do that. Is it that we want to fight? Is it that we want to, what is that? When you perpetually look at yourself as being less than. Or in some instances, we are, but then that's what identifies you, not where you are. If you're upper middle class today, and like me, you grew up like dirt under the dirt poor, that's a significant change. But yet, we only look at the end result. We don't really look at the fight and the struggle that it took. So when you say you don't listen to your elders, that's fine, but you will forever be where you are. You will fight and struggle, and that's that. Okay? See, the one thing I'll never do is force somebody to hear something they don't want to hear. Something that's open, something that's liberating, something that can save you. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. But don't think I'm not going to watch you implode either. Don't think I'm not going to watch you struggle. Because for me, and I'm only speaking for me, there's a point at which I am going to disengage. I'm going to take my stuff and I'm going home. Let you handle it yourself. I can come to you 20 times. And God really is the solution to everything. You just got to know where to look. The problem is you eschew everything that your ancestors and your elders gave you, and then you wonder why people struggle. You wonder why people struggle. You struggle because you've gotten rid of every positive thing in the Black community that got us through every issue we had. So how can you say that? It's ridiculous. But that's okay. You keep going. Listen to the story of some people, not everybody. Listen to the story of some people that decided to do what they did and now have to live with the consequences that they did, and it's tearing them down. I can't help you with that. I cannot change your circumstances, and I'm not giving it to you. But see, elders will show you how they did it and how they built it, and you, being young, new, and innovative, should be able to make that better and more efficient. But instead, you don't want to hear what anybody else has to tell you. And then when it don't work, you want to say, help me. Well, no. You badmouthed me. You told me I was this. You told me I was that. Oh, we need you to. But then when you need somebody, you expect somebody to be brotherly and to come through and help a brother out. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and fight and win and ask and beg somebody else to come win with me. I've had people and done projects in the beginning where I've asked people to come with me. They told me no for whatever reason. Then when it looked like it was going to win or it was going to jump off, then they wanted to come along. I'm like, no, too late. Too late. Well, how'd you do that? Oh, let me show you how. Step A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. Here you go. This is how I did. This is who I talked to. Here's the phone number. Here's the email. Everything. Knock yourself out. No, but we can't do it together? No, because I already did the work. You're not going to just jump in and then ride my coattail and say what you did when, in fact, you didn't do anything. Some things you have to earn in life. But once you do, you can replicate it and do it yourself. That's what elders teach you. And I'm pretty sure, by the way, 833-212-1017 is the number. And I'm pretty sure if you go back in history, since y'all stuck on Black history, if you go back in history, you can see at a point where people gave up church, gave up God, gave up religion, gave up the family, said marriage was like on the Black Lives Matter website, marriage is a European tradition that was made up and you should get rid of it. And so now we got what we got. We got kids everywhere. You got people running and this just didn't happen in the Black community. This happened all over America. All over America. White people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all over. But nobody wants to say anything. Nobody wants to call anybody out and say, hey, yeah, don't do that. We don't want to I don't want people to not like me. Well, I spent a lot of years in elementary, high school, and college not being liked. I am perfectly okay with it. Now, I'm glad. 833-212-1017 is the number. Deja, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. No, I just had to chime into the conversation because what hit me most was when you started talking about the comment that I think somebody made to an elder saying that why does my grandma always put God in everything, basically. And I was just thinking to myself, in our community, how there's a lack of knowledge of where we even come from when it comes to God. As a people, we were meant to be like the priests. We were God's adopted. We were God's chosen people. But as our ancestors that we've seen in the course of years, even now, today, God said that we are a rebellious people. Mm-hmm. We are rebellious people. We don't want to, acknowledge where we went wrong and we're prideful. We are greedy. And I think that I want to acknowledge and say that sometimes we are the problem. And I mean that with all love when I say that. I love my people, but I'm going to always be honest with people that I love. It's a thing in our community where we perpetuate, like you said, the negativities on each other, the bashing each other, and just when I think about Black history, I just think about, yes, we have a long history of being oppressed by other people, but we are the ones that have oppressed ourselves the most.
Today, there's no reason why you can't step outside of a lot of things that happen to us, even though there are barriers, and at some point be able to win and do it together.
Exactly. And I think that God is the answer to all of that.
Yep.
I think that that's our source. He's the reason, and I will stand by that. I will stand by God to the day I die, honestly. That is my Lord and Savior. I love Jesus Christ because, if anything, he was the one that was trying to help us understand that we are essentially his people. And not in a way of saying we're better than anybody else, mm-hmm. but we were supposed to be the ones, and we were supposed to be the head and not the tail.
Right. Okay.
But here we are, the tail and not the head.
Strong words. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate
all I
you.
wanted to say.
All right.
Of course. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. That baby in the background. 833-212-1017 is the number. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect example. Talking text line says, Matthew, wait till they start calling you evil for not believing in religion. And then somebody said, God is not religion. Here's the problem with that. Why are you arguing with somebody who doesn't like or understand what you like? Why are you trying to convince somebody of something? Stop. Nobody's going to call Matthew evil because he don't believe in God. We don't even know if he believes in God. You made that up. He just said about God is not the solution to everything. He never said he didn't believe in God. But what do? We deal with other people based on our circumstances, and then we judge them. Well, no, I'm not judging Matthew. I can disagree and not bash Matthew. I'm not. And if Matthew is not a believer, Matthew's not a believer. Okay. Life goes on. You don't have to feel bad for Matthew. Oh, I feel sorry for Matthew. No, absolutely not. He has a right to believe what he believes, whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not. Dr. Harris, don't try to fight it. Smoke a doobie. I have a cold beer. Smile and laugh. Hey, Barnyard, you're missing a point. You are totally missing the point. I'm not fighting anything. I don't fight against whether or not somebody. If you don't want something, I am never going to fight you to get it. I'm never going to fight you to do it. Ever. Be like, okay. That's my favorite word. Listen, when I turned 60, you know what my favorite word became? Okay. It used to be so. Now it's okay. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to blow up, and we're going to this. And I'm like, okay. Because faith without works is dead. You can talk a lot, but if I don't see it, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. And so Miriam said, is talking to somebody else in the chat. That is true. However, our people have chosen to fall for it, religion, and I do not blame them. I mean, for 400 years, we were told our people did not do anything positive. Really? So all them black people in the 50s and 60s that were promoting, and Carter G. Woodson in 1900, and all these people, and all these fraternities and sororities and Prince Hall Masons and organizations and churches, all these positive organizations did all those things, and now all of a sudden, ain't nobody told us something for 400 years. Wow. How soon we forget.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It started with a prediction.
Gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Whether you're an artist playing accountant, a barista trying to be a bean counter, or a student just looking to get started, the UW Credit Union app lets you be free to be you. With free credit scores, free online bill pay, and the ability to send money to friends. Because with fewer fees, you can do more of what you love. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
I walk on the shoulders of giants who have come before me. I am ASAP and Maya Angelou. I am Marva Collins and Frederick Douglass. From A to Z, I celebrate
emulate, and commemorate their example.
This is part of the Declaration of Excellence Milwaukee College Prep Scholars recite, not just during Black History Month, but each and every morning, because our students don't just honor history, they're determined to shape it. Enroll your scholar at MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you're so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Here's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You can go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school, college. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree, and you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. With Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get so much more than just stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and your doors are secure for years to come. Their expert installers are available year-round and can install in as little as a day. So if anything ever goes wrong, Pella will handle it ASAP because you work with the same team from start to finish. So why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends February 28th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, if you're a black-owned business owner, which is redundant, I guess, or entrepreneur, let's call you that. If you're looking to share your story or grow your reach, then we've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-Owned Business Give Back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth right here. So to sign up for your Black Business Spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Who do we thank for that? Well, it's Associated Bank, member FDIC. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hey, Sandra, how you?
I am just fine. How are you today?
I'm good.
Yes. I hear you speaking of Black history and a lot of stuff you were saying. But I was just saying, actually, I like that they have Black History Month. I do. I really do. I said we need Black History Month because most of the stuff, especially what they hear about us, is so negative. So we need the Black History Month all the time.
So watch this. You ready?
And
you ready?
Sure.
We have elders for that. So you teach your kids teach their kids teach their kids. We never had that in the school in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, but somehow we were able to know who was who and what was what and how to get from point A to point B. Jobs are up north. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's migrate, right? All the millions of people that migrated. But today, we got access to everything. Internet, TikTok, social media, planes, boats, cars, trucks, buses, but we can't get nowhere.
Right. But, yeah, well, that's because when we did, it got torn down.
No, that's not. No, stop. That's
yes,
not.
it is.
Listen, that's
history.
Garbage. Absolutely
that's
not.
History.
Yes, it is. But what about today?
I think the reason we could do. The reason we could do better today.
Stop.
We're not all in the same area.
Stop.
We're not all in the same area.
Of course not. We fought to have the ability to live and go and grow and do what we want. So now you got it.
That's the reason we got a chance to do better. But now that you get history to say in the black area they don't do nothing. They kill. You get the crime. So we need a history to tell these people that's not true.
Why are you letting a school give you the narrative about Listen, Sandra. How are you letting a school give you the narrative about yourself? Your grandparents should be teaching
the narrative about myself because I really didn't read it.
Stop.
Well, they gave us the hit. They gave us social studies.
I'm not talking about school.
It wasn't black people in the book.
What did your parents?
I saw some Indians and Christopher Columbus, rather.
I don't care. Mm-hmm. What did your parents teach you? What did your parents teach you about black people?
My parents never talked, Dr. Ken. They never talked.
Okay.
They were just scared.
So what did you learn from your friends?
We have to learn it on our own.
And what did you learn?
My friends never talked.
What did you learn?
We never spoke about race.
So what did you learn?
I learned more in my grown-up years than anything.
Exactly.
I never learned all that stuff in school.
Okay. That's my point.
And so
that's exactly
so now that we got a voice on the media, and we got to hear some good stuff about us.
So then you have to be open. And so then you have to be open to hearing what everybody talks about. Today at 5 o'clock, I've got people coming in from 7 Jewels Foundation to talk about the Alpha Phi Alpha Botillion. We're going to talk about giving away a $5,000 scholarship to some young man who wants to graduate and go to college. Because that's what we do. We push people to college, right?
That's good. That's what, because my folks went to college.
Right.
But my parents never, they sent us to school, but they never said nothing.
But they couldn't. And there's a difference in wanting to do something, and you can't. They couldn't do it.
Well, I think by them coming from the South, they just have to be careful with it. It was still ingrained in them that you don't talk a lot, but they would talk. My mom would talk to her sisters, but that was it. It was limited who they talked to.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think that's what it was. And so I don't, I just, I want a Black history. I want some good positive stuff like you said. This evening, you're gonna have some people up there. So that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Because let me quit, because everybody start getting mad at me. You hollering at Sandra, we gonna beat you up and all that stuff. So, all right.
Oh, Dr. Ken, we used to each other. Okay, then.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And so somebody put on here, Daniel said, Dr. Ken, if you were to ask Sandra why there is no White History Month, that's because y'all took everything else in the book and got all the other months, including this one anyway. So I don't understand what you're saying. What do you think her answer would be? I know what my answer would be. My answer would be, you got everything else. You got everything. And then you cry about the shortest month out of the entire year, and you cry about a 28-day February? That's just weird to me. Since when did we become so... Oh, that's right. I remember why. $1.6 trillion of buying power. Yeah.
It's Kyle Wallace, host of Truth to Power on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and I want you to tune in every day from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. as I engage in a community conversation I know you want to hear. From topics like our property tax bill price hike, which I know had us all shaking our heads, to the incredible MPS students getting millions of dollars worth of scholarships to pursue their dreams, I have you covered, Milwaukee. So tune in to Truth to Power every day from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives, from from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got a guest at 5:15ish, so I'm going to get rolling from Seven Jewels Foundation, talking about the Alpha Botillion. So y'all going to check it out and see if you got somebody in your family that's a male, that's senior in high school and is trying to go to college and want to compete for some book scholarship, some money on the side, or a $5,000 Mr. Botillion scholarship, you should probably make sure you tune in. I'm just saying, you should probably make sure you tune in.
Number 5.
This from Fox6Now.com. This is probably in the last 20 years. No lie. This is probably one of the most disgusting cases I have ever heard of as a law enforcement officer. 17-year-old Cole Gutman and 16-year-old Spencer Dietrich are facing multiple felonies after investigators say the teens forced two brothers to perform sex acts on each other. Prosecutors say the assault happened in April of 2023. Investigators say one of the victims was punched and the incident was actually videotaped. Two Sheboygan County teenagers are facing these charges after an explicit video was going around Random Lake School District last year. They're charged with, Gutman is charged with first-degree child sexual assault, sexual intercourse with a child under 13 party to a crime, second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16 as a party to a crime, incest as a party to a crime, sexual exploitation of a child filming by a person under age 18, possession of child pornography, and exhibition of child pornography by a person under the age of 18. Dietrich is facing first-degree child sexual assault, sexual intercourse with a child under age 13 party to a crime, second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16 years of age as party to a crime, incest party to a crime, 2 counts, physical abuse of a child intentionally causing bodily harm, false imprisonment, 2 counts, felony intimidation, 2 counts, and they're both being charged as adults. The mother of the victims, who are now age 15 and 13, reported the assault to Sheboygan police almost a year later, and investigators say one of the brothers told his mom what happened before going on an overnight school event when his friend called to say he saw a video of the brothers going around school. Prosecutors said the boy told his mom when he was playing at Gutman's house, and Gutman and Dietrich forced one of the victims to give oral sex to his brother with the threat of violence. Now, what kind of sick, twisted person would do that? This is up in Sheboygan County. So this for all them folk that want to move. Oh, I want to move in some suburbs. Yeah, okay. All right. That's why I'm going to stay right here in Milwaukee.
Number 4.
This from CNN. 4 top deputies to Eric Adams have resigned, the New York mayor says. The latest sign of the mayor's cratering support among rank-and-file workers and the city's elected officials. Well, here's what the real problem is, right? Mayor Adams stood up and said, if we don't get these immigrants out this city, we're going to lose the city. We need to figure out a way, money, transfer, something, but crime is going up. People are feeling unsafe. People that are remote don't want to come to work. Because what? Because they're scared. And whether it is legitimate or not, fear is fear. But what this comes down to is the Democrats in New York are mad that the Democratic mayor had to become a moderate in order for him to go to D.C. to get money for help, when the Biden administration didn't give it or wouldn't give it. So this is all politics. But y'all remember Lena Taylor, Jason Fields, Eric Adams, when people become moderate in order to bring money to their district to help the people that they need because the people that are in charge are not in their party, you're supposed to stick with the party no matter what. You're going to die on the party line. They'll get rich. Those that are in power telling you to wait will get rich. Their districts will flourish, but yours won't, because you're supposed to wait and follow the party. Instead of going to the middle and saying, what is it I need to do in order to get money here so that we can make crime go down? People want to go to work, because y'all know Jamie Dimon's on the tear. This remote stuff is over. You need to come to work. So you could cry and you can complain and you can get mad if you want to. But what it comes down to is you got to go to work. And in New York, people are afraid to go to work. They are terrified of going to work.
Number 3.
This from NBCNews.com from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Former police officer was found guilty, we talked about it here, of voluntary manslaughter. That's last week, in the fatal shooting of a black man during a 2022 confrontation at a New Mexico gas station. Las Cruces police officer Brad Lunsford verdict in a jury trial is the latest outcome in cases that prosecutors have linked to systemic brutality against black people by members of law enforcement nearly 5 years after George Floyd. Lunsford, who was white, had pleaded not guilty. His attorney, Jose Coronado, said he will ask the judge to review the verdict for its legal sufficiency. He said, while I respect the jury's verdict, I am extremely disappointed in it. I don't believe the state met its burden. Prosecutors say he shot Presley Easy, at point-blank range in a scuffle after police responded to a 911 call at a gas station attendant who reported that Easy stole beer. Easy allegedly placed his hand on a second officer's stun gun before being shot. Attorney General Raul Torres said the use of deadly force was not reasonable, noting that Lunsford immediately drew his service weapon and shot Easy in the back of the head. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so let me get this right. Taser? Gun. I don't think so. That's a bit much. They said today's verdict reaffirms a fundamental principle: no one is above the law. And you know what? With all due respect, I definitely agree.
Number 2.
A candidate running for Milwaukee Common Council got a little bit of anyway, in an article from JS Online, Milwaukee Common Council candidate Bryant Junko, Junco, is campaigning on a platform of improving public safety, reducing crime, and creating safer streets. But Junco has repeatedly faced accusations of stalking, dating violence, domestic violence from 8 different women in 3 states. He also has a history of traffic violations. He's one of 8 candidates on the ballot tomorrow for the East Side District 3 seat left vacant after the death of Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Tomorrow's primary will narrow the field to 2 candidates, and whoever wins the April 1st election will fill the remainder of Brostoff's term, which ends April 17th of 2028. The race is officially nonpartisan, but Junco is raising money on Win Red, a fundraising website for Republican candidates. Aldermen frequently weigh in on public safety and policy issues, including reckless driving, domestic violence prevention, and Junco has faced stalking, harassment, or violence accusations in Wisconsin, Florida, and Georgia in cases involving 8 women. Most of the cases were dismissed after the women didn't appear in court, a common dynamic in domestic violence. He also faced accusations of repeat violence against a Florida man. That man's request for a restraining order was denied. He says, I'm the only candidate in this race that's talking about enforcement of crime. But what about when it's against you? Anyway, Junco said last week, Thursday, in an interview with Journal Sentinel, never mind that the cases against me were dismissed. That's very important. That's very important. Well, here's the thing. What it shows is a pattern of behavior by doing the same thing because we're creatures of habit. And then he added that the majority of the traffic tickets he received were when he was in his 20s. So I get that. But the most recent domestic violence case was a 2023 felony stalking charge in Waukesha County. According to the criminal complaint, he sent threatening texts to his victim and said, any relationship you try to have, I will destroy you. That's my word. I hope you have cancer and it's metastasizing. You're going to see who you're blanking with, and I want financial damage caused to you. The complaint read. Case was dismissed following a motion who said he saw a much broader, bigger context after revealing 940 pages of text messages between the woman and Junco. Interesting. That is you've set a precedent. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't really understand. That's just weird to me. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand.
Number 1.
So if you've been watching, if you've been listening, if you've been anywhere near the world, there's video from another plane crash, a Toronto, Ontario, Canada plane crash on a Delta flight that was coming from Minneapolis to Toronto Pearson Airport. A total of 18 people have been injured so far after the plane crashed. Incident happened sometime after 2 p.m. Eastern time and involved the Delta Airlines plane from Minneapolis. Images from the plane on its roof. One audio recording reviewed says that the air traffic control agent is heard saying that the craft is upside down and burning. All arrivals and departures were shut down, and following the crash, airport authorities responded, and, thank God, there were 80 people on board, 76 passengers, 4 crew. The Transport Minister in Canada, Anita Anand, office has confirmed that all people on board have been accounted for. There are no fatalities, and flights were suspended but have since resumed at the airport. So that's the number one story that's going on. Why are we hearing about all the flights, all the crashes, all the things that are going on? Well, I think that it's simply because we have such access to the media now that there's no real way of not stopping. Okay, that's a double negative. There's no way of stopping people from getting information that fast. But because they've happened in succession. Now, I'm sure in the past, we've had this issue where things like this have happened before. Car crashes, train crashes, things of that nature. I think we get the information that used to take days because they printed a newspaper or they had to put it on TV, and it took a while. Now you get it within the next 2 or 3 minutes. Literally, somebody may videotape it and post it or do it live. And so those are some of the things that we are dealing with right now. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. When we come back, 7 Jewels Foundation, Alpha Botillion, and you up next.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers look to make it 3 wins in a row as they travel to Ohio to take on conference foe, the Youngstown State Penguins.
Lob it back in for J. Mike, bounce it inside for Franklin, and Aaron Franklin gives the Panthers the lead, 67-66.
Scott Wallace has the coverage Friday starting at 7:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield.
A theft, and KP will rise. He throws it down.
Tip-off happens at 8 p.m.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at WeEnergies.com. We Energies, people you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
This monumental moment in Black history is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Educators Credit Union, the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin, and American Family Insurance.
Trailblazer, leader, history maker. Charity Adams was a pioneer who broke barriers in the U.S. military. Born in 1918, she became the first Black woman commissioned as an officer in the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps during World War II. As commander of the historic 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion, make sure y'all check that out on Netflix, she led the only all-Black female unit deployed overseas, ensuring mail reached U.S. troops, boosting morale and proving that Black women belonged in leadership. A champion for education and civil rights, she continued to uplift communities long after her service. Though she has passed, Charity Adams' courage and legacy of excellence live on, inspiring generations to break barriers and lead with purpose.
Listen to 1017 The Truth all month long as we celebrate Black History Month.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is the JB's Monorail.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can achieve quite a lot in 6 years. You can change diapers, and next thing you know, you're dropping your kid off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree, or you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at 0% interest. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 2/28 of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're going to get back to y'all ridiculousness y'all was talking about on the talking text line. But anyway, we have guests here today. And our guests here are, you know what? I was going to introduce them and tell their name and what they do, but I said, nope, I'm going to let them do that themselves. We also have this other weird guy in here who used to work at 620 WTMJ, our sister station, but I don't know why he's here. Like, why would he be here? Like, what right. Like, what is he even doing here? And, you know, just because he's good at this, like, acting and entertainment, and like, he's okay. I mean, he's pretty good, but, you know, don't tell him that. But he's all right. So first of all, let me have you introduce yourself, tell who you are, why you're here, and what's important today.
Appreciate it, Dr. Harris. My name is Reginald Johnson, and I am currently the treasurer of the Seven Jews Foundation, Incorporated. And we are the financial sponsor for the 32nd Young Gentleman's Scholarship Botillion.
Ooh, y'all getting old.
Yeah, we're getting old, man. And so, you know, I'm here to let the city of Milwaukee know, hey, this is our program. We've been around 32 years, and we're looking for community support for our current bows that are in the process. We have 8, and we want Milwaukee to rally behind these young men as they go out and impact their communities on their college campuses.
Thank you much. You.
All right.
Who are you?
Kevin Patterson.
Hey.
I'm a battalion co-chair this year.
All right.
And just like Brother Reggie said, we looking forward to getting this battalion out there. It's been a great program that served a lot of young men, helped prepare them. I was one of them. I was a bow, 2007. So just to get the word out.
That's like 200 years ago.
Right?
Wow, that's a long time. And you, sir, who might you be?
Oh, hello. My name is Julian Johnson, the son of Reginald Johnson, but also I'm a 2019 winner of the Alpha Phi Alpha Botillion, which was pretty great experience.
Okay.
And you know, got to pay some things off with the money that involved with it. But I graduated from the illustrious Morgan State University in 2023 as well, so with a bachelor's degree in multimedia journalism.
And then you came to Good Karma Brands and worked here for a spell. And now you're pursuing, acting and TV and
entertainment, teaching,
all sorts of things.
Christian stuff and everything.
All right.
Yeah, so a lot.
Outstanding. So, Reggie, what is all this about? Like, what exactly is the Botillion?
So the Botillion is a competition that encapsulates mentoring, financial awareness, cultural awareness through our Essential Rites of Passage program. And we help to transition senior male high school students into the college experience.
Mm-hmm.
The culminating event, which is on June 20th, which is the 2025 Botillion, then we take those young men and we present them to the community.
Okay.
It's a ticketed event that utilizes some of those funds to take care of the ball, but also to provide scholarships. So we and the Seven Jews Foundation and the Delta Chi Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated feel it important that we impact the lives of young black males here in the city of Milwaukee, so that we can make sure that there's some sustainability of righteous young men in the future that'll lead our people to better places.
And so it's open to any young man.
Yes, it is.
Even though you tend to lean towards African American men, because that is the focus. And I guess I should just be, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So, but that's the bent of, this is why Seven Jewels Foundation does the Alpha Botillion, is for young African American men to be able, boys, haven't become men yet, to learn that there's more than just what you hear in the narrative you hear in the city or the country or the state.
Correct.
Okay. And so you're one of the co-chairs of this monstrosity we call the Botillion. So it's been 32 years, and you were in it almost 18 years ago.
Yes.
And so, first of all, what did the Botillion mean for you, and how did it get you? Are you even that old? Like,
I'm 23. I'm 23, so I am.
Actually, you're not. You're how old?
I'm 23.
That was 27 years ago.
Yep.
Wait, you said what year?
I'm kidding.
I was going to say. Yeah, I was alive.
Oh, that's right. You went to private school, so you got real math.
I ain't got no private school, man. With the public.
Wow, you put it out there like that? I was trying to give you some love.
God bless. Hey, I'm proud of my public groups. Believers in Christ Christian Academy. Shout out them, man.
Okay.
There we go.
But no, in all seriousness, 18 years ago, here you are 23, and it was only like 5 years, 5, 6, 7. How do you process what you learned, and how did it make you the person you are today?
Yeah, the Botillion meant the world to me. I mean, I didn't know anything about Alpha before Botillion, so it was my introduction to the brothers and what they stood for, and it just helped me to really grow up. I've always been kind of a quiet person.
No.
Yeah, I know. My mom would say he's just a nerd, but the Botillion helped me to break out of my shell. Just some mentors. Dr. Harris, you was outside of my dad. I thought you was the coolest dude I ever met. Police officer, Alpha, you just represented so much of a man, so you, Brother Al Smith, I could go down the list. Brother Johnson, like all those brothers, like I just saw what I wanted to be in y'all. So it just helped me to just shape who I am, and take those qualities, and I just really appreciate it.
And so it's been more of a more recent thing for you because of some of the things you went through. Like, how did it help you get through COVID? How did it help you get through college? Because I remember them days. I remember you growing up and having trying to make a decision. What college am I going to go to? And I remember, talking to Reggie, like, okay, so what school is he going to go to? He's like, he don't know. And then you did what every other college student, like what half college students do. At the last minute, go, I think I'm going there.
Yeah.
And you went to Morgan State, and you had a phenomenal career there. I ain't doing illustrious because I went to Illinois State, so we ain't doing that. So but in all seriousness, you went to the illustrious Morgan State, and you had your major, and you came out, blazing. How did the Botillion help you, like, function through all that?
I think this was one of the beginning steps of me learning how to be a man. We do this thing called like the personality thing, which really stuck out for me. My specific color is blue. It's like calm, but also like meditating, a little bit of like just really look inward a lot with my emotions. And I am like that, but I'm also, like you said, blazing and all that type of stuff as well. So then realizing that who I am on the inside and how that also applies to how I interact with myself on the outside, interact with people on the outside as well. And then also just becoming more and more just sensitive to who I am as a person, learning about brotherhood. There was only 5 people in our class, so but it still was a tight-knit group, and I enjoyed it. We got this little dance we had to do. We had to do some other things. Like it's a really cool experience to really grow together with brothers, and there's not a lot of opportunities like that for people like us nowadays. Or there are, but people don't know about them. And so this is one of those opportunities, and thank you for my father for putting me in this. I didn't want to do it.
Oh, we know. Come on now.
I didn't want to do it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Use my Monday nights, something. It's like an interesting start to my week every week, but I enjoyed it so much. I came out the winner, but I don't really think of that as the main thing from it. I think of the experience. I feel like everything is an experience. Like everything that God has led me to in my life has just been great to get me to where I'm at now, and I'm just grateful for this to be a part of my journey overall. And it was definitely very pivotal to how I ended up doing things moving forward in my life.
All right. We've got members of the Seven Jewels Foundation along with participants of the Young Gentlemen's Scholarship Botillion. Have any questions? 833-212-1017 is the number. You can hit us on the talk and text line, or you can hit us on the YouTube chat. And now with traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Got a few other problems out on the road right now. First of all, we've got northbound 43, the Rock Freeway, just about at Sunny Slope Road. The left lane's blocked with a crash. So give them a wide berth. There are squads out there. They're trying to hook up one of the cars onto a tow truck, and it's going to be a little bit slow right through that area. So give them that extra room. We've also got a crash on westbound 94's off-ramp to Highway 83. So watch out for that in Waukesha County. We've got southbound 41 with a disabled vehicle. It is off on the right shoulder, just about at Mayfair Road. Looks like it lost a tire, and it's partially blocking that right lane, so just be careful. Delays heading past that. Westbound 94, just your usual backups from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, really cold with a low of 6 below zero, with a wind chill of 15 below to 25 below. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, still really, really cold, a high of 10 above, with the wind chill of 5 below to 25 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up. Tuesday night, the Rufus King Generals represent MPS City Conference as they take on non-conference opponents, the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community, and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free free truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Your family history of prostate cancer increases the risk for all the men in your family. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Prostate cancer is most treatable when it's detected early. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Men, it's your life. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. For more than 30 years, PCF, a leader in scientific breakthroughs, has funded cutting-edge research that speeds new treatments into clinics, helping patients live longer with fewer complications. Go to pcf.org to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snibe. The NBA's Refresh All-Star Game took place on Sunday evening as Team OGs beat the Global Stars 41-25. Steph Curry scored 12 points and was awarded the Kobe Bryant Trophy as the All-Star MVP. Over to baseball, where the Milwaukee Brewers are gearing up for spring training and got some good news on their MVP and his health. Outfielder Christian Yelich discussing his rehab on his back surgery and when he hopes to be back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I feel fine. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be ready for opening day.
Tomorrow will mark the first full squad workout for the crew down in Arizona. And lastly, the UWM Panthers beat Northern Kentucky on Sunday 92-70. With the win, UWM improving to an overall record of 19-9. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check my talk and text line before nobody starts screaming and hollering at me. I asked the question and you didn't read it and check it. So what can I expect, Reggie, from the Botillions? What's the whole process? So I want my son to be, and I have two daughters. Well, I want my son to be in the Young Gentleman's Scholarship Botillion. What do I do?
So we have a really easy, streamlined application process, and it's all online. So you would give Kevin a call. He'll send you the link, and you can apply. Now, we don't turn anyone away because whoever applied, they're very interested, or they get dragged in there like I did Julian. But here's the deal. This is a scholarship competition in the end, and we're giving money directly to the young men to go to school to handle a lot of incidental. Sometimes it's tuition, and sometimes it's books, sometimes it's just rolls of quarters. But here's an opportunity where you fill out an application, you do a quick little essay, but then you get 6 months of activities that help your young male, your senior male, become more of a man, become more aware of who he is. Because if you don't know who you are and how you are, then you're going to be tossed to and fro everywhere you go in whatever job that you have. So moms out there, here's the deal. We are Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. We are that organization who believes in the education of all males, but we get to leverage our unique expertise in being collegiate men, and we pour that into the lives of these bows. They get to meet doctors, lawyers, radio show hosts, teachers, principals, folks in the Army, all these men in Alpha that come and they mentor these young men, and then we take them through, which is one of the premier parts of the program, the Essential Rites of Passage program. Now, Julian and Kevin were speaking earlier about this, but shout out to Kwaku Johnny Fields and Kwaku Tiangelo Cargile Jr. And Kwaku Robert Fawson for this 15-week program where the young men get to experience the entire African diaspora. They understand their African roots, and it takes them on the rites of passage, takes them on a journey all the way up to current day, so that they'll have a perspective of how are they to contribute to the world after this knowledge is brought into them. For example, when I was in the Botillion in 1989 from Rufus.
Oh my God, that was back
time ago.
No, I was
back
not
when cars had square wheels.
Man, come on now. You talk about zip jackets and flight pants, but when I was when I came through, I learned my African birth name, which is Kwaku. And every person that's born has a birth name, and my name means the messenger. And when I learned that, it gave me a sense of purpose. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm the messenger, what most likely am I supposed to be? Oh, you could be a leader in the community, a pastor, a teacher. And I was like, I ain't trying to hear all that. And then what ended up happening, I ended up becoming a teacher, a pastor, and impacting lives because I already had planted in my head from this process all of that information from the Essential Rites of Passage, and it's invaluable. How often can you fill out a scholarship application and then get mentorship all the way up to the point to where you win versus just filling out the application, submitting it, and trying to wait to find out if you want it or not? That's the value of the Botillion. And then we give them a formal presentation. A black man in a tux is one of the best things you could ever see. And every time we do a Botillion, the mother's just bawling out crying when their beau walks up to them in a top hat and cane and gives them that yellow rose. It is just the epitome of what we want young black males or young minority males to look like and be presented as. Because how often does that happen? Very, very rarely. So it's a whole experience. And we've got decades of successful bows from this process.
Okay. All right. Mr. Patterson.
Yes, sir.
Why the Botillion? I mean, did you stumble into it? Did your mother grab your ear and say, hey, you need to get over here now? Did dad go, are you breathing? Yes. Then you're doing the Botillion. Like what exactly got you?
Yeah, so Brother Jeff Rogers, who actually came through Delta Chi Lambda, we went to high school, Riverside University, go Tigers. And I know Jeff, good friends, and he was like, hey, we got this Botillion scholarship program. You should check it out. So this is like way past deadline, So I was like, let me just check it out. I know Jeff, he wouldn't steer me wrong, and I'm glad I did. So Jeff kind of nudged me to do it, and it was one of the best decisions of my life.
Okay. We know how you got there, Mr. Johnson. But give me something in your college career that would have been a struggle had you not gone through the Botillion.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's why I'm a talk show host.
All right. That
part, right?
That part. Because so many things that we do today, especially when you graduate from college and you do things and you learn certain things, it's kind of inculcated in what you do, right? So when people say, oh my God, I can't believe you did that, and you're looking at them like, well, what are you talking about? Well, you did this, and then this happened, and you just made it through, and you just handled it. Like what sorts of things? Because I know you had some issues in college, because we all do, because we all went to college. So
it was fun.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Everybody on YouTube sees your face and they know that it's not.
I know. Yeah. I'm animated,
Yes.
For me, it's just the responsibility portion. Accountability is really big. Now, thankfully, I've had my dad in my life to show me what just accountability looks like, what responsibility looks like, and everything. But also seeing it from other multitudes of different men, besides the person that's in my household as well, because sometimes we get a little complacent with that, right? With whoever's in our household, but seeing that from other men in the area who, like my father was saying, or teachers or, scientists or whatever these other things are, was really important for me. So when those obstacles did come up in my life, I was able to lean on the fact, okay, well, I had to do this for the Botillion, I had to do that, I had to do that. Like all those things were kind of just ingrained in me. I didn't even have to exactly go back to that specific point, but those skills were instilled in me. Also through, the teachings of my father, and then also my my Christian beliefs and everything as well. But like those things all played a portion, because it's all about your experience that lines up into what goes into the other experience you have later on in life. And so that really helped me get through. So I don't have anything specific overall, but just the things that I learned about what brotherhood is, who I am as a person, what I'm supposed to do, especially in a business-oriented thing. I think a lot of people are so used to maybe getting things done or whatever, but knowing how to do it from a business perspective as well, and just staying on your P's and Q's, cross your T's and dot your I's. That was really important. And, you don't have to be interested in alphas or interested in Greeks or interested in whatever it is to do this program. Like, if you want to do it for the money, that's fine. But also, you might end up starting doing something for one reason, but then you'll end up enjoying the experience and gaining so much more than just the money. And that's why we really want people to invest in it, to even get people give these kids more of an opportunity to put things towards their college degree, towards their college career. This is a really great opportunity. You shouldn't miss out on it. It's really dope.
So, Mr. Patterson, how do people get in touch with you to get that link to get their high school male senior in the Botillion?
All right, my phone number is 414-364-2835, and that's the best way to contact me. You can text me at that number once again, 414-364-2835. Just send a message and say that you're interested in the Botillion. Then I'll follow up.
All right, thank you much. Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry, oops. Well, that's him, Mr. Johnson.
I'm a substitute teacher now.
Brother Patterson and Brother Johnson, I want to say thank you on behalf of Seven Jewels Foundation. This is a phenomenal thing. Year 32.
Yeah.
Yes.
Botillion is Friday, June 20th.
Yes.
And tickets are
$75, and it's at the Downtown Hyatt Regency Hotel. And when you go to our website at dxlbotillion.mke.com, you'll be able to purchase tickets as well as support the Bows in their endeavor to be crowned Mr. Botillion. It takes a village to get these young men where they need to be, and we'd love to have the community and corporations and businesses out here help support the Botillion.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
Thank you.
I can't believe he's an adult. That is just like the weirdest. Like,
well,
like
one in 2001, 2025.
I literally remember like he gonna talk over me on my dog.
Yeah, on your show.
So I literally remember when he was like not born.
Right.
Like when your mother was pregnant with you. And now look at you. And the weird part about it, he came to work at Good Karma Brands, and it's 3 alphas that work here.
Yeah, it is.
So, God had his eye on you from the very beginning. And now he's going to end up being this like big actor. We're going to see him in Hollywood. We're going to be like, him?
That dude right there. Yeah.
I'm just serving Jesus one day at a time. That's all I'm doing.
Serve me with a check.
Wow.
Right? That way you can bless others. But that's really what the Botillion does. It blesses young men to be able to have a path and have that bonding experience that no one else has for life. So, all right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. We appreciate the time.
All right. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in all month as we celebrate the voices, stories, and achievements that have shaped history and inspired the future. 1017 The Truth's celebration of Black History Month is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, College Bound, Character Strong, Educators Credit Union, Achieving More Together, the Freighter, and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Let's push ahead. And American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You can go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school, college. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree, and you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. With Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get so much more than just stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and your doors are secure for years to come. Their expert installers are available year-round and can install in as little as a day. So if anything ever goes wrong, Pella will handle it ASAP because you work with the same team from start to finish. So why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends February 28th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I want to say thank you to Mr. Julian Johnson, Brother Reginald Johnson, and Brother Kevin Patterson from the Seven Jewels Foundation Young Gentleman Scholarship Botillion. You can go to DXLBotillionMKE.org and get information and phone numbers and application and all sorts of things. If you have a senior male in school right now, in high school, who is looking to earn money, scholarship, or have the potential to do the same, make sure you check it out. Let me get to this talking text line, because it was 400 years ago. Dejanay said to Miriam 400 years ago, I always talked about, but I encourage you to go beyond that. Respectfully, I'm pretty sure you are referring to the modern religion called Christianity. I don't know if you call it modern, but okay. I am well aware that you and I'm talking about Christianity. Give me your opinion. So I agree with you, Dr. Ken, said Miriam. However, there are other issues in our community affecting our ability to learn about certain things. Like what? Like what? Not really a city girl said, hey, Miriam, I understand. That's why we must seek the truth. Once we know it, we're called to walk in it, do better, and grow spiritually. How many people actually read and search for understanding? To many of our people want to make excuses and chase other gods. That was our downfall then and now. And then Miriam said, I usually pick this example to support what you said when you look around the world, every religion and faction. And so what I'm not trying to do is get into a religious argument about it. Because part of the issue is we need to understand that everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe and do what they want to do, right? one of the issues I think we have is ascribing our beliefs and ideas on other people. And so it just kind of causes me to pause, because everything turns, and I understand what the other brother was talking about. I forget the name. Everything turns into a religious conversation when in fact people are just trying to survive. You know, that's why when you go certain places, they feed you first, then they give you the word. Because sometimes if I can't get over what my issue is, I'm not going to hear you at all. And many times younger people don't hear elders because they've got issues. And until you fix the issue, they can't understand what it is you're telling them. And so I see both sides of this as it relates to being able to understand that everybody has a right to be wrong, but everybody has a right to fix it if they break it, so to speak. So, you know, instead of judging other people because they don't believe what you believe, find that commonality that you have in them, the humanity, the doing good, you know, loving themselves, loving others, and start there. In other words, instead of looking at people to figure out what they don't have, you might want to try to look at the cup as being half full and look at the great things, the positive things, the real things that they might bring to the table. I'm just saying. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up next. And no, why do I keep saying that when I'm coming up next? Truth Unfiltered is coming up. You know what? Let's put a sign up and just say Tuesday, and then that's it. Like every other day, it's a basketball game or football game or you know, the analysis. And I'm just saying. Oh, I tell you. What's today? I'm just kidding. Hey, God bless. Take care. Thank you, DJ Brother Z. Appreciate you. Don't work too hard. It's cold outside, y'all. Stay in the house. I'm out.